Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel Coin Lady. Bitcoin's price hasn't moved much over the previous few days, but we're keeping a watch on some big back-end movements that may signal the beginning of a new bull market. Near the end of the video, I'd also like to talk about some very interesting signs that are coming out of Ripple, which may suggest that everything we've seen in this current Ripple instance is simply a show and that Ripple will remain unaffected by it. Always remember to repair. While this particular chart focuses on Bitcoin alone, several others cover the entire cryptocurrency market. In light of the fact that the cryptocurrency market is only getting started, this is crucial information to have. When it comes to the overall course of the market, Bitcoin is the undisputed leader. Bitcoin has likely hit rock bottom at the same time as the bulk of other trading cryptocurrencies. This graphic provides compelling evidence that the Bitcoin price has reached bottom. Please look at this. The orange line is a representation of the percentage of long-term Bitcoin holders who are now losing money on their investments, and it is being contrasted to a price chart for Bitcoin. The above Bitcoin price graph is a logarithmic scale. You can now see early price change with less effort and without having to expand the image very much. What we see is that long-term Bitcoin holders have consistently lost money. That low point in the market has now been achieved. Here, we see that the moment when most long-term Bitcoin investors lost money has passed, and many of them are now buying with a more bullish outlook. From this graph, we may infer that the bottom in Bitcoin's price has already been reached in virtually all cases when long-term holders have seen a loss on their Bitcoin and then had a rebound. The fact that the chart's data goes back to 2012 makes it all the more promising. In the history of the Bitcoin market, the appearance of one of these purple circles has almost always signaled a buying opportunity. These are the kinds of charts that interest me the most since they show trends across longer time periods rather than just one. It's more complicated than merely chatting about an oddly shaped candlestick. The correlation between these large-scale occurrences is now evident. Since this is another proof that new money is flowing into the market, I have something else to show you that's happening right now that you might find fascinating. We are looking at how many stablecoins are changing hands on the secondary market. According to a tweet from Game of Trades, money that has been sitting on the sidelines is making its way back into cryptocurrencies. As can be seen, the rate at which stablecoins are being produced, shown by the yellow line, has increased dramatically on multiple occasions. It came with a sizable, actively trading cryptocurrency. When investor confidence returns to the cryptocurrency market, many people use stablecoins to re-enter the market. Because of this, stablecoin providers like USC need to constantly create new USC to distribute. When these new players in the market discover USC, logically, they will only store it for a short time before reinvesting the money in more cryptocurrency. The recent surge in the amount of USC being produced bodes well for the future pricing of cryptocurrencies. Stablecoins have been manufactured in such large quantities that they are nearly usually the primary factor in cryptocurrency price hikes. And that's precisely what's transpiring at the moment. I like to compare these charts to get a sense of where we are in the cycle, so keep that in mind. By comparing the current stablecoin issuance to the long-term Bitcoin chart, we can see that we are very likely near a bottom. Things are converging on a macro level to show that we are very close to bottoming out if we haven't already. Maybe we're getting there, as this diagram implies. That is, in a nutshell, how I like to evaluate these markets. In sum, you guys will never reach the perfect bottom. Nonetheless, it can be shown that investing in these purple zones is preferable to investing at the top. To continue, I'd like to present an example that exemplifies the absurdity of the Ripple set scenarios. As soon as this lawsuit began, I learned of the SEC's treatment of Ripple. It's natural to assume that, given that this act is suing Ripple for billions of dollars and saying that Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen committed federal crimes, the SEC are suing Ripple and expecting them to be nice to them. All evidence points in one direction. Even though Ripple has not been accused of any fraudulent activity, the group treats them as if they were a major player in the cryptocurrency black market. What makes this situation even more absurd is that the cult has acknowledged that Ripple is a major player in this industry. Evidently, Hester is participating in Ripple-sponsored events. The mission of the Digital Monetary Institute is to study the possible effects of cryptocurrencies on the global financial system. guys. We have it on good authority that Hester Peirce will be a featured speaker at this event. If we take a glance at the founding members of the conference, we can see that this is the case. As a result, it causes just a slight tremor in the waters of the ongoing case. Aside from rippling, Hester's pocketbook is free to go wherever symbol 33FK size her schedule takes her. This proves that many of the original case's claims were false. The realizes these to be untrue. The SEC has placed a massive valuation on Ripple, estimated to be in the billions of millions. There was allegedly criminal behavior on the part of the founders, they say. Several members of the group, meantime, are at conferences organized by the Ripple Effect. This shows that the SEC often fabricates cases to intimidate individuals and shake up the retail industry. Not only that, but a related theme is discussed in this other great article. This EC is treating RIF like it's a Ponzi scam. A legal scholar claims the group falsely claimed fraud when they filed this complaint. Instead, they ramped up the intensity of their allegations in an effort to scare off business partners and dampen the impact of their actions. They managed to make things sound as bad as they could. The SEC had high expectations for Ripple and considered him a tough opponent. Then what did they do? They overcharged in an effort to scare customers away from XRP. They made an effort to scare off the company's founders, which caused several potential business partnerships for Ripple to fall through. And they dragged out the legal process as much as they could to undermine Ripple. This is not the correct method for market regulation. This is one method the mafia or rogue government uses to get individuals to do their bidding. This only serves to highlight the fundamental problems we face. They don't care about promoting equitable markets or protecting local enterprises. They are just interested in putting an end to new ideas and making as much money as possible from the businesses they target. The SEC strategy is actually falling flat on its face, which is great news for you. Ripple's development has been both rapid and steady since the beginning of the SEC case. It has been busy negotiating contracts in every corner of the globe. This growth has occurred in countries other than the United States. Nonetheless, take note of this. In the early hours of this morning, my feed informed me about that. Anthony Welfare, the head of CBDC development at Ripple America, made this announcement on Twitter this morning. Have a nice day. After this picture of what might be the Empire State Building is a big one. You know, we dudes, we're just not sure what he was doing around here. Though, I will say this on Friday. It's clearly an office day, and he seems to be implying that the meeting and the Empire State Building are both enormous. He's almost finished. The lights are going out now, everyone. The SEC's efforts to discourage consumers from investing in Ripple have clearly failed. The outcome of this meeting clarifies its purpose. The vast majority of people on the planet know that this entire case is a sham. When Ripple finally comes out on the other side, everything will be okay. It's unlikely that any other coin will overtake XRP as the first to be officially recognized by the US financial system. Please remember to hit the subscribe and notify buttons. See you later, bye.